And good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Reports Wednesday Night Live update. It's the coach and the AD. Remember, it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're here every Wednesday night, usually at 7 o'clock, but we had a little car collision before we got on.
There's some rubbing and grubbing going on, man.
I mean, rubbing and grubbing. Dan Foles went off on this little rant about when he was 4 years old, but it put us back a couple of laps. But we're here. We're glad to be here. And once again, it's always a lot of fun. Karl DeMasi, Chad Griffin, and it's a Wednesday night update.
Yeah, man, it's great. Midweek here. Once again, sports are in full swing. Excited to talk a little softball tonight action. Right up your alley, too, big man.
I'm not this year. I took a little break this year, but we're going to be talking softball with the Bryan County head coach, Groves alumni, okay? He's coached a lot of teams, a lot of schools here in Savannah, Georgia. He's out there in Bryan County now, and that's Jason Roundtree. But once again, 2 weeks of football in. I think 3-4 weeks of volleyball in, 3-4 weeks of softball in. Hey, we're going.
We're moving, man. We're moving in the right direction. And, things happen every week, to the schools around the state. But everybody's, hey, if you drop the game, people are out there picking games up within 24 hours. And so I have to, if you didn't read this, the Georgia High School history page, they came out, they had an article today or yesterday on the Georgia High School Football Daily. Basically, they're creating a page on their site where if you lose a game, hey, they're going to keep a running list going of, hey, who's got open dates, who can pick things up, those like them. So it's just the world we live in right now in this COVID era. Between that and the weather we are having here in South Georgia is not being friendly to outdoor activities.
Now, Hurricane Sally, coming through
Mustang Sally
coming through the Gulf.
Yeah,
hit Alabama last night or this morning, right?
It was wild rolling tide, that's for sure.
All right. Well, if you haven't been following softball this year, this team went on a tear. They won their first 13 straight games. They had a little bump in the road last Saturday, but the coach had to take care of his players. They're 15-2 now. They were 13-2. They came back and won this week, but he's doing a great job out there with the Lady Redskins out there called in Bryan County. Joining us now on the Coach's Corner hotline is the man himself, the head ball coach of the Lady Redskins softball program, Jason Roundtree. Jason, nice of you to join us.
Coach, man, it's good to see you. I hadn't seen you in person in a while. I've been listening to you, but I hadn't had a chance to see you.
I know you're part of that gross contingent that still bleeds black and gold. And do you believe there's no school there anymore, Jason? It's down.
Oh man, Coach Hunter texted me a picture the other day where his office used to be, and man, that hurts a little bit seeing that gone.
They even tore the gym down. So. Once again, Jason Roundtree, he's been, coaching in another place here in Savannah, head football coach at Windsor Forest, Bible Baptist, baseball all along. Just gave up the job over in Bryan County. He was the baseball coach there for 5 years. Third year doing softball. So, this year, it's been an uncommon year, but you guys are really on a roll. And you had a very young team last year, right?
Yeah, Coach. We and we're still young grade-wise, but not experience-wise. But
not softball-wise.
Yeah, these girls here make my job easy. It's not really like a job.
Well, I tell you, Coach Roundtree, I was looking at that, and it talked about how many young kids you have, but you said you're not really young. And is that primarily because a lot of your girls are playing travel ball? Is that the big thing for that really helps that development? You see that kids they're coming in as freshmen and sophomores playing. It's not just because they're just good, because they've got the experience. They're playing all year round.
Yeah, Coach, they are playing 80 to 100 games a year. I can remember coming up through Luke Garden City Rec Department, we played 20 games at max, and these girls eclipse that in a month. And it just makes my job easier. Sure does.
Now, did you think you were going to get 17 games already in the season? You're 15-2, 4-0 in region. Did you think you were going to get that many games in this year?
Coach, man, I'll be honest with you. I was surprised that we played any. I told the girls treat it like there's no tomorrow, and I think that was our motivation. That's what really carried us through the first couple of weeks. They really bought in that, hey, they could call us tonight and tell us no game tomorrow.
Well, Coach, that's been kind of the theme for the year. Everybody seems to have this extra motivation because you didn't know. You still don't know. You don't know what tomorrow's going to hold, whether it's from a personnel perspective, a district perspective, school perspective. But talk about how that young resiliency has really impacted your team. And what was it like going on a string to start the year? Did it ever become where the talk kind of started? You know, how you get up there 12, 13, hey, man, can we run the table here? How did that kind of streak develop, and what were those girls like during that streak?
Man, they always want to work. If we don't practice on Saturday or we don't practice on Sunday, they're texting me saying, Coach, can we come hit? And I'm like, man, we got to be careful that we don't overwork. And I was honestly worried a little bit. I didn't really want to go into the state playoffs undefeated. But we got that taken care of this past weekend. We ran into some tough luck and some good pitching. But it is really, I tell you, it really is the experience we have from summer ball and travel ball is really made these girls, even though most of them are sophomores, they're like juniors and seniors on the field.
Well, I'll tell you right now, talk about the girls. I mean, what is it, Holden Joyner? She's only a sophomore, unbelievable on the pitching rubber. I mean, talk about you girls. Let's give them some love. Tell us about the Lady Redskins.
Well, on the mound, we got two girls, and I was looking at their stats a little bit ago, and they both have pitched 40 innings each, exactly 40 innings. Both of them, Hayden Joyner has a sub-1 ERA, and Mackenzie Mobley, she's got a 1.2 ERA. And then you got Becca Johnson, who I think I coached Adam Wainwright, and he's a Cy Young winner, but she is the best player that I've coached in a long time. And then you know, Mobley can hit. Alicia Fabian as a senior, she's batting .333. Daxton Carrera catching, and we only have two seniors in the starting lineup. So I'm looking forward to being around for 3 more years.
Well, Coach, in talking about that, talk about how those seniors, though, have had to embrace. You know, sometimes it's difficult for upperclassmen to embrace underclassmen who are really pushing them, and you know, but they have to be enjoying knowing that much talent is there, and to get to be where they are their senior year. So talk about those two seniors real quick, and how has their leadership kind of helped bring these girls along?
Yeah, Alicia Fabian, she plays short and third for us. Third is her natural position. She loves being at third, hates being at short, but she does what she needs to do for the team. She's probably the best athlete female in the school. She can do it all. She hits, she can run. And Daxton used to be the catcher on the middle school baseball team. She is a tough cookie, and she passes the 2-hole parks, and she can play. And they have bought in, and there's only 2 of them, so they want to sit beside each other on every bus ride we take. But the young girls are back there laughing, and it makes it
fun. Well, Coach, in talking about those kids that, you know, from that standpoint, you know, what
Coach, you still with me? Coach, I'm sorry, you froze up on me.
Yeah, we dropped you a little bit. So you're 4-0 in region play. All right, so how many more region games you guys have to go?
We play everybody twice. We got a 17 region, so we got about 8 left. We haven't played Scriven in the region yet, and we haven't played Portal yet. How many teams will be going through the twice before we get to play Scriven and Portal? So we're supposed to play Scriven tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, not with the weather coming through.
No, and I tell you, just 3 teams we got to play. Next week may be the region championship game when we play ECI. We go to ECI next Thursday. They have a all-state pitcher. They got a great program, and that's gonna be tough on the road.
Yeah, ECI we were in that region for forever, and there were several years there that was our kind of kryptonite. We just couldn't get by ECI. You know, in playing there, we played a best-of-3 series for region championship, and it seems like we always had to play that 3rd game at ECI. and you know how that community is. They come out and support it. So yeah, that's a tough road. But Coach, I mean, what is it been like to come into a new region as well? You know, different opponents, things of that nature. What's that been like for you guys to come down and be in a new region?
Coach, and Coach DeMasi can attest to this. Sometimes in Savannah, we had very good teams, but we always in the playoffs played up in classification. And this is the first time that I've had a team that I really think can truly contend for a state championship because we're in the right classification. Now, ECI owes us because last time they came to us, our football team was out there cheering on our girls. So I'm quite sure you talk about that country atmosphere, that small town atmosphere. They probably got something up their sleeve for next Thursday. But it's great to play somebody different.
And you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's the Wednesday Night Live. It's the Coach and AD. We're talking to the Bryan County Lady Redskins head softball coach, and he's a Garden City boy himself, Jason Roundtree, Groves Rebel. He's gone on to coach a number of teams here in Savannah, Georgia. I got a question for you, though. You're talking about we used to have to go to the playoffs when you were at Windsor, I was at Groves. We'd have to go play the upper school teams. But you pulled off a big one here this year by knocking off cross-county rival Richmond Hill. What was that like for you and your girls?
Coach, that was like a playoff game. And I'm sure nobody from Richmond Hill really wants to talk about it, but no, I'm playing. Coach, their coach over there, she does a wonderful job. She's a great lady, and we actually been playing in JV in a couple of weeks, and we try to make this an every year thing. But it was big for our program. We won't lie to you.
Yeah, you take a Class A program against what is virtually a 7A program. You know, if you really want to add numbers, they're probably a 7A program, and your girls go out there and compete unafraid. You know, once again, a lot of times, younger, small classifications can be intimidated by someone playing 7A. But like you said, the experience of your girls playing travel is been immense. Now, for last question I want to have for your region, are you guys playing a region tournament as well? How are you guys going to settle the region? Are you just playing everybody twice?
Coach, we're just going to play everybody twice and take the top four. Now, we're having a heck of a time deciding what to do if COVID was to hit somebody. And I had a game that got canceled Tuesday because of COVID related. There wasn't a positive test. They had to quarantine. So me and Coach Adams from Jenkins, Coach, you know him. We were talking about it yesterday. What happens if you get to state playoffs and a team has a quarantine for 14 days? What do you do? But we're looking forward to it. We're having fun.
Well, you guys are definitely having fun. And another thing I'm going to throw at you, we talked a couple of weeks ago, ranked number 1 in the state by AJC, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Public Schools. You're number 3 now. You're taking on number 10. How did the girls handle being ranked in the top 10?
It was a shock to them. I got worried a little bit about being complacent. It was kind of like a celebration for a little bit, and then and that's when I kind of felt like we needed to kind of get knocked down before we go to the state playoffs. I didn't want to be undefeated going in. It'd be nice to be undefeated, but you don't want your first loss to be in the state tournament.
Yeah, then you're out.
Yes, then you're home.
Well, your best 2 out of 3, so you're not out, but you don't want to lose when you get to that level of the season.
Talk about the level of growth. The tournament you went and played in this weekend, taking a couple losses there, but playing better competition is only going to help you. So talk about where you guys went this weekend and who you played.
Yeah, we drew Coffee the first round, and Coffee's ranked number 3 in I think 5A, and then the second game was Pierce County. They're ranked number 3 in AAA. So we didn't lose anybody, no slouches, and that's what the pitching is going to be like every round in the state tournament.
But do you feel you girls, by playing those teams, are gaining experience? Because in your region, though, you've been beating everybody pretty good. You had a tough one with Metter, and you had a tough one with ECI. So you want those games going into the playoffs, right?
Right, you do. And our goal is to win the region. It's always easier to go to the playoffs and play at home, but it took us a while before we played a complete game. I think Richmond Hill was the first complete game that we played, and so I was glad to really step up a big jump in competition this past weekend. And
ECI comes in with only 1 loss, so this is a big one. When are you playing that game?
We play next Thursday at ECI. That, if we win that game, we got to either win that game or we can't lose by more than 2. That tiebreaker is the run differential if we end up with the same record. So I gotta tell the girls, look, even if we're down, we got to play them close, and that's a hard thing to do.
And we've talked this a lot with coaches coming on out of Bryan County. How is the COVID-19 situation? How are the kids handling? How are you guys handling this, teachers, coaches?
Coach has, in terms of athletics, we have not had to deal with it yet. Knock on some kind of wood. I don't have any wood around me, but
we got
plenty.
But I tell you what now, but if one person on the football team was to get it, it's the old diseases where everybody they talk to, it seems like you've had to talk to. This is uncharted territory. I don't know. Like I say, Lord willing, we don't have to deal with it, but that's going to be hard waters to navigate through the whole year.
Well, Coach, man, you guys are doing a terrific job. You're off to a great start. Big game going on next week at ECI. Keep it going. Keep those girls going. I know you're excited about, coaching them. It does. It makes your job easier when you got girls that are out there every day, excited about being there, passionate about being there, want to do the extra work, and they're going to give you their all each and every time out. And go get them, man. Bryan County's, like I said, there's that difference between Richmond Hill and Bryan County, but you guys are bringing, the softball in to where it needs to be. And go get them, Coach. Keep at it.
Guys, I appreciate y'all having me on. Coach DeMasi, it was good to see you again, man.
Hey, Jason, it's always a pleasure. Keep up the great work. And I know you're not on the baseball field or the football field, but you got to coach like I got to coach. You got to find a sport to get involved in.
Yes, you can't sit at home.
No, there's no way I'm staying at home.
Well, we hope to bring you back as a region champion going into state playoffs sometime soon as well, Coach.
Coach, that would be my first region championship, and I think I could relax a little bit if I did that.
Go get it, Coach. Appreciate you, man.
All right, Coach, go get him.
Thank you, man.
Watching him grow from a young man when I got here, I got the job at Rose in 2000. 20 years. Went over to Windsor Forest, did a great job. Finally found his niche in Bryan County, was the baseball coach. Now he's just the softball coach. Because he gave up the baseball because he's got a daughter and a son that he wants to watch grow.
Yeah.
Softball works out perfect.
Yeah, well, I tell you, and Karl, we talk about this all the time as coaching, the time and effort and energy you put in to coaching. You do it. You sacrifice family time and those things around you. But I'm glad he's doing well. And Bryan County, for as long as I've been at Calvert Day School, has always been very good at softball. I've always produced collegiate athletes. Right. And they're just really good at softball.
It's always been a great softball program. Who's the coach before him? Come on, we got to know this guy was there for like 10, 15 years.
Ever.
Yeah. Hold it. I'll find out.
But they had the girl that went to Auburn, right? That was very good.
Yep.
I remember her, she played. And the greatest thing I remember about her, she was obviously the region player of the year when she was playing against us. And I never forget.
Al Butler.
Yeah, Al Butler. She played a softball. No, she went and ran in the region cross country meet and won it. Came back, put on a softball uniform, and pitched a complete game no-hitter.
Yeah, how long ago was that? You remember?
Probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I know she's gone to Auburn a couple of years, but she was pretty special.
And of course, Max Prep starts in 2011.
Yeah,
can't help you there. But once again, great job, Al Butler.
Yeah.
197 wins, 106 losses, and they went to the state finals.
Yeah.
So he had him going there too. So once again, let's go to another sport. A big congratulations goes out to Julie Jones. We talk about coaches who never leave the school they went to.
Yeah.
700 volleyball win tonight over Hilton Head Prep or Hilton Head Christian, one of the Hilton Head schools.
Yeah, that's a big win. You think about how long Julie's been in the game.
She went to school there.
Went to school there, but also how long you talk about 700 wins. That's a lot of wins. That's a lot of time. And I think the great thing about that with Julie is she's also got to see her two daughters grow up and come through that program. And now, her daughter's a senior this year.
Yep.
Logan's a senior.
Following Landon, Georgia
Following
Southern.
Landon, Georgia Southern. So that's just got to be a great feeling as a parent, knowing that your two daughters have come through, be able to coach them in volleyball, spend that time with them, and we're able to have Logan on earlier in the year on Saturday morning and just talk about what it was like playing for mom and what it is like playing for mom. And so, Julie, congratulations on 700. That's big. You guys are rolling as well. It's probably one of the best teams, most complete teams that she has had. And they'll make some noise for sure.
All right, and let's go to the softball field. Last night, for the first time in 30 games, 30 region games, Effingham County loses. They lose to who? South Effingham. 1-0. The South Effingham pitcher, I can't pronounce her name, I don't want to butcher it, pitched the one-hitter. The Effingham County pitcher pitched the two-hitter and loses 1-0.
That's a heck of a game right there.
I was talking to Kevin Brown, his daughter. We had on Alex Brown, who committed to go play at your school.
The North Carolina Tar Heels.
Okay, and he said it was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable game, 1-0 game. But they're both tied now. The tiebreaker is the first time they played, Effingham beat them 4-2.
So
the run differential.
Run differential.
So it happens. All right, let's talk football. Not a big slate this week, from what I could tell from my composite schedule. What I'm looking at here, Liberty County and Bradwell. They're going to wait one more week. Okay. Liberty County and Bradwell will start off this season next week on the 26th. We got Wayne County coming to town to take on the Hill. That's going to be a barn burner. You think they're going to have some kind of restriction on how many people can go to that game?
I don't know.
And it's senior night for Richmond Hill.
Yeah. And so I don't know, but it'll be a packed house for Wayne County. Yo Jack's coming in. Richmond Hill took tough one last week, going down to Ware. Now get Wayne at home. So man, that schedule's tough now. You start getting in the grind of it.
You know the old cliche: to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Be the, as Ric Flair would say,
woo!
To be the man, you have to beat the man.
And Sunday night in the Sound Garden, he's going to come out and wrestle against Voodoo Jack. No, he's not. You know who Voodoo Jack is, right?
I would be here for it.
He was the hooker guy for the Bananas this year. Sunday night out here in the Sound Garden, we got wrestling.
Wrestling. In the Sound Garden.
But anyway, let's talk about the slate.
Yeah.
Then we got Appling County comes to South Effingham. Rick Tomlin.
Yeah,
the legendary Rick Tomlin.
Still rattling the chains and bringing the pain.
That's it. That's his motto.
Yeah.
Okay, they'll be at South Effingham. BC. Now, BC is going to Brunswick on the internets. New York, the internets. Okay. It has Brunswick coming to BC. No, BC's going down there. So
there's like second of 6 straight away games.
6 straight road games. East Lawrence is coming to Bryan County. Yeah. Redskins still looking for their first win. Calvary, we're home. Instead of going to Frederica, which is on Max Preps, no, it's on the composite schedule. Now Frederica is coming to Calvary.
Yeah. There were going to be some ticket limitations there, and so we just asked, hey, can we move it to Calvary, a little bit bigger stadium? So they're tough. We watched their game against Valwood, man. They moved the ball really well. Got some skilled guys. They got 15 seniors, Carl. 15 seniors. So anytime you get that much experience coming in, that's going to be a tough game.
Well, Frederica had 2 kids a couple of years ago going to Auburn.
Oh, yeah. Big time school.
So, okay. I guess it's the Georgia Independent Schools Association, the Georgia High School Association Challenge, and then we got another school playing at Georgia Independent School, and that's Valwood coming against Savannah Christian.
Yeah, I think Christian's going to handle them pretty well. Frederica took care of them last week, and I think Christian's on the roll right now.
Right.
Let me pronounce the quarterback's name wrong. Washington? Messed up again.
Washington. Robichaud. Come on, he's Cajun. Robichaud. He's got those.
I'm trying to make him
What
French.
do you call those little lobster things?
I'm trying to make him French.
What is those
Cajun?
What are those little
crawfish?
Crawfish, okay.
Crawfish.
Not lobsters, they're called crawfish. So,
I'm pronouncing it in French. You're pronouncing it in Cajun.
Oh, yeah, you pronounce it in French. Try it again. What'd you say?
I said Rochambeau.
Robichaud. You know the kid since he's a freshman.
I know, man.
I know it's tough when you got to do live TV or.
Well, I need it written out.
Oh, I know.
Grammatically.
Phonetically.
Yeah, phonetically.
Okay. Bethesda, Antoine McCabe. The kid is putting up Xbox numbers.
Techno Ball, whatever football game used to play.
Over 500 yards last week. It's unbelievable. They travel to St. John Christian. You know where St. John's Christian is?
Is that there in Charleston?
It's up near Charleston. Monk's Corner.
Monk's Corner? That's a great name.
Legendary place for back when Francis Marion, the Swamp Fox, was doing a lot of damage to the British.
Yeah, man.
Hey, come on. History, come on.
I'm right there with you, man.
And then Memorial Day was supposed to play Thomas Jefferson. That game has been canceled due to COVID-19. Not on Memorial Day's part. Tyler Hemley, the new Memorial Day School head coach and athletic director, got his first win last week against Griffin Christian. You got to love it.
That's man. We had him on, back in LA.
One of the first shows.
Yeah, one of the first shows we had on. And it's great for them to get going and see that. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, other than that, it's the coach and AD. Don't forget here, I got to read off the lineup here at Coach's Corner.
Busy.
Tonight it's packed. I mean, I had to park on the other side of the house. You know what I mean? I usually don't park on the other side of the house. I park where I want to park, but I know I'm going back to New York here. They put me in the other side. But anyway, tonight the place is packed. We got Pub Star Trivia.
Yep.
We got NASCAR, the NASCAR group over there. What do they call that group? What's that group called over there, Mr. Foles? It's called NASCAR.
Yeah, you're like the 10 people you have.
The 10 people that's over there. That's
every Wednesday night.
It's
like
NASCAR and NFL game of skill.
Okay.
NASCAR and NFL game of skill.
Game of skill.
I think that's code for something else.
That's code for something else, but we'll let it go there, Mr. Foles. Just like you're rubbing and grubbing all the time there, buddy. All right. So it's a packed house in here. Now, tomorrow night, live music. It's the Nashville Nights hosted by Kicks 96.
Yep.
Tomorrow night features award-winning musician Daniel Neoff.
Yep.
Daniel has played all over the country and was a headliner at the famous Bluebird Cafe. What's that? Nashville? I hope so. He wrote his first song at 8 years old. He has a unique and soulful sound. And if you're a fan of country music, you will love that show. Thursday night in the Soundgarden, Nashville Nights.
Nashville, you're right.
Okay. Friday, no live music, but the Soundgarden will host the annual Ducks Unlimited Fall Banquet. Lots of great food. Hey, all sports, all the time, all food, all fun.
Yeah.
What is it? Fun and all? I don't know what it is.
You got it.
I know. What is this? The center of what?
This is the center of the sports universe.
This man knows his stuff. Okay. There's lots of great food with live and silent auctions all night, plus raffles and giveaways. Tickets and corporate tables are still available, so please join in the fun and help this great organization with their annual fundraiser, Annual Ducks Unlimited Fall Banquet. Saturday night, the boys and girls from Calvary Day School, alumni Cavs,
the Drucker Band.
Okay, they return to the Soundgarden. They're getting bigger and bigger people. They're getting bigger and bigger crowds. We came here to see them one night. I lost my eardrums, but they were very good. You like old school rock and roll? Come see the Drucker Band. They're one of Coach's favorite bands. Go to Eventbrite to get your tickets. And Sunday, come on, Ric Flair. Woo! You got it. Sunday will be a special night at Coach's Corner. They welcome back live wrestling. The Coastal Empire Wrestling is putting on the show, which includes fan favorite Savannah Banana's own Voodoo Jack. He's the guy that did the hookah at the beginning of every game. Yeah. He's battling Cotter from Rock 106.1. We got an on-air personality that's a wrestler.
There better be some liability waivers. That's all
I got to ask you this one. It also will include a special triple threat match. 3 guys will be wrestling at one time. How does that happen?
It's go be busy.
Have you ever seen a triple threat match?
Yeah,
I never have.
Well, it used to be like a triple threat match there back when I was growing up. We'd go to Shark Coliseum and watch wrestling. Triple threat match. They had a prize.
Can I tell you something? Sherry says you still haven't grown up. But go ahead.
I still haven't.
So go ahead.
So they used to hang a prize like above the stage, and like you had a ladder. So you basically had to fight everybody to get the ladder, to get the money. That's what. There's always a prize with it. It wasn't just you trying to pin everybody. There's always a prize. That's what it was growing up.
So if you want to see that Sunday night, The Coastal Empire Wrestling Organization will be out in the Sound Garden. Voodoo Jack. I mean, if I can find time, I got to come see this guy. I watch him at the Bananas game all the time. It's going to be interesting. All right, Saturday's lineup, kicking it off with no other than the baseball fanatic, my buddy, when we were doing the Who's on First baseball show, Kyle Lawson, going to give us the lowdown on the Braves, on what the playoffs are going to be like, and you're going to love this. He also is the voice of the Savannah Clovers, who will kick off their first match Saturday night at Memorial Stadium.
Nice. And as we're talking about Kyle Lawson, looking at Cole Hamels here, finally off the DL.
Yes, finally out on the rubber.
Yeah.
I think the magic number was 9 going in tonight for the Braves.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
It's not bad. It shows you how fast it's coming here.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
All right. Second guest, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, Dr. Bart. We love you. Casey Wetherington, still keep on writing those articles in the Prep Sports Report. This kid is a naval commit, right? Nope. I'm bad. Go Army beating our Navy.
Go Army beating Navy.
Sorry, a West Point commit.
Yes.
Greg Daniels out of Calvary Day School. What was it, 77-yard touchdown the other night?
Yeah. He had probably 120, 137 yards.
130.
Burst through a 77-yarder to really get us going there. And coming off being injured a lot last season, we had military appreciation night. And I asked him the same kind of question, though, is why? Because he had offers from Army, Navy, and Air Force. And
Commander's Cup.
I talked to his parents all the time, but I really didn't know their background. I said, well, Greg, what made you choose West Point? He's like, Coach, come on now. I was like, no, seriously. He's like, Coach, both my parents were 20-year Army people. Both of them, were captains in the Army for 20-plus years, several tour duties overseas, and 7 tours here in the U.S. So it's like, but at the end of the day, Coach Munkin was really the one that showed him a lot of love, and from a recruiting standpoint. He said it was really he had silently committed to Air Force, but Munkin
that didn't go over well, did it?
But Munkin stayed on. He said Munkin just really stayed with them and kind of turned the tide there.
Well, we'll have Greg Daniels. I really want to know about the West Point commit. We're going to talk about what he needed to do to get in, and then talk about his football stuff over there at Calvary. So forget about the Cavaliers. Let's talk about West Point here. So, I know I blew it. You can tell me, well, Coach, you said Annapolis first. Yeah, I did. Okay, I blew it. All right. So, and the final guest, wrapping up the show, I'm hoping she's coming on, 700 career volleyball wins. That's probably a record here in Savannah, Georgia. She's a Savannah Christian Raider alum. Okay, she coached both her daughters. They both went to Savannah Christian, and now they're going to be both at Georgia Southern. Hey, you got to love it. That's Julie Jones. Great lady, great person. You got to hope she comes on, because I wouldn't really know. 700 wins in a career, pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, just go back and win. Hey, so you remember your first, right? Do you remember your first win?
I remember my first loss. First game I coached, we lost. We were up 15-10. And my defensive coordinator calls a free safety blitz. They throw a bomb, and we lose 17-14. Yeah, I remember my first loss. I don't remember my first win. I remember my first loss.
Let's stick with you. We won't ask you about the first loss.
I remember my first win at Groves, coming off an 0-10 season. Those kids were so ecstatic. We won Windsor Forest, playing Windsor Forest. Jason wasn't the coach back then. I think it was Greg Martin. He just left with Effingham. Martin. Well, Coach Martin, okay. We stopped them at, no exaggeration, the 1 foot line to win by a touchdown. So I can remember that, but I can't remember my first win. I got to look that up. You got me going there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my questions to grill you this week.
It is.
Okay, maybe it'll be on wins. So, anyway, that's the show for Saturday. We're going to have a lot of fun. Right again, we'll be right here. Oh, tell them about the special that we're trying to do every Saturday morning.
So every Saturday morning, thanks to the big guy at WJCL
and the
girl, Amy,
from St. John's University.
St. John's, the Red Storm.
The Red Storm, not the Redmond anymore.
Red Storm. We will be over there, and we will have highlights
on the
projector screen
behind us.
So this man keeps on. He's like, hey, I'm just going to have more and more of what the technology I'm learning. You can teach him a lot of tricks, man.
More work for myself.
Yes. He's just adding things on his plate, but he's making this show better and better each week. We hope to have those highlights running during while we're on the show. So we're excited about that. Thanks to Big Guy and Amy for getting that done for us.
All right, so don't forget, Thursday night, we got Daniel Neoff with Nashville Nights. Friday night, we got the annual Ducks Unlimited fundraiser. Then Saturday night, we got the truck band. And then on Sunday, we have wrestling. Once again, got to thank, of course, our sponsor, John Henderson, Coach's Corner, Dell Henderson.
Center Sports University.
They let us do this, and it's been a lot of fun. I believe we're going on like 5 or 6 months now.
Man, it's been a while, and like I said, we get to follow Rubbin' and Grubbin' each week, and those guys are awesome. Make sure once again you're checking them out on all their feeds, Coach's Corner, Facebook, YouTube, all their stuff. Make sure you look at his shirt. They gave us some shirts last week. Carl didn't call me and say, "Hey, Chad, wear your shirt tonight."
Hey, well, you know, we're not dating. We're not going to wear the same stuff. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what I'm wearing. You're always representing Calvary.
But if you say, "Hey, man, I'm wearing my shirt tonight," guess what I would have done?
You would have worn it
I would've
too.
worn my shirt tonight.
All right.
We've been like twins.
My bad.
We're
Okay.
twins.
So once again, it's the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Rubbin' and Grubbin' at 6 o'clock. The Karl DeMasi Sports Sport. Wednesday Night Live with Coach AD at 7 o'clock. And remember, we'll be here Saturday morning at 9 o'clock inside with highlights. Once again, I got to send this out, and it's been a really tough couple of weeks for me. I lost a good friend, Tommy Harding, childhood friend growing up, and I had to eat the wings before I came here because if it wasn't for my friend Tommy Harding, I would never met my wife. And what did we go do? We went at wings at our favorite sports bar.
Nice.
Okay, and that's called the Franklin Cafe. No longer there, but Tommy Harding, God bless, rest his soul, lost him today about 3 o'clock. So remember, though, it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Whatever you do until Saturday, always do what?
Hit out of the park. Have your best day ever.
And next week, what we're going to do? May be your best weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, wash your hands.
Hey, they took our stuff away. Yeah. Hold it. Oh, there it is on the table. Okay.
These guys mask.
Well, anyway, I'm going to mask up. He's going to mask up. We're going to wash our hands. We'll see you on Saturday morning. God bless.
Have a good one.